Hey, uh, my name's Mark Anthony, and I'm a recovering addict. My last video was a few years ago. I posted a video of me playing classical piano in a museum that I had walked into. I had just found it walking around in Vermont. Um, I was I was staying in a homeless shelter out there, strung out on heroin and homeless. Um, I made my way back to Rhode Island, and a lot happened. And in the end, I got clean, and I stayed clean to this day, one day at a time. Um, I play music every day. Still, I got married, and um, I wrote a book, an autobiography. It's called The Bottom, The Gift of Desperation. And I wrote it with help from Robin P. Curry. She's a published author, in the hopes that we could help other people that struggle with addiction and mental illness. So I hope you check the book out, especially if you're struggling with any kind of addiction or any kind of mental illness, or if you have somebody in your family that suffers with anything like that. I really think it's going to help. The money towards the book goes to a fund that we set up, my wife and I, who's an accountant, oddly enough, and it's being set up to open a homeless shelter, and we're going to take it from there and see how many other people that we can help, because it certainly helps me to stay clean and sober and mentally stable to help other people. And for me, my music is definitely therapy. So let me see what I can come up with in the basement of the house that me and my wife have. You know, when I was in Vermont, I had overdosed right before I got back to Rhode Island. And thank God for Narcan. Narcan's a miracle drug, and it saves lives to people who've overdosed on opiates. I've gotten it administered to me several times, and it saved my life, obviously. So thank God for Narcan, And I also want to thank the police and the EMTs who assisted in saving my life and the lives of other people that overdose when they administer Narcan to them. So thanks to all them guys. Have any of you guys ever experienced having Narcan administered to you? And how are you doing today? Are you staying clean? Are you struggling? How's everything going in your life? I mean, it's a daily struggle, right? It's like a daily battle. I wake up in the morning. I take medically assisted Suboxone. I don't know how long I'll be on it. I haven't thought about that yet. I just think about how I'm going to stay clean for another day. And I use the tools that have been taught to me, which are reaching out to people, doing some kind of service to help another addict or another sick and suffering person. And I do what it takes to stay clean so I don't go backwards. I mean, if anybody's in addiction, you guys know how it is. It just takes that one time and you're on a run. And, the last time I overdosed, I was in a coma for 9 months. I'm not really sure how I came out of that. And I'm still suffering from some of what affected me. I'm still affected by that overdose. Hey, Janice, how are you? Thanks for hanging out. I'm just talking about how I'm doing now. The last time I did a video, I was in Vermont. I was playing some classical piano there, and I was very high on heroin. And I'm not sure if it was that day or a couple days after that. I got out of Vermont shortly thereafter, but I had overdosed in a truck in Vermont, and at Narcan, the life-saving drug for opiate overdose, was administered to me. And then I made my way back to Rhode Island. And a lot more happened, but I ended up getting clean. It's like I was just looking outside my door. We're trying to renovate our basement to help a couple of people out. Um, my wife wants to help out some mothers uh, that don't have a place to stay, like as a transitional place. So we're trying to set up a basement. And I just happened to look outside. We got a pretty big backyard, and I heard the birds, and like I see the trees, and like I saw the sun coming through the door, and I never like paid attention to stuff like that before. I just turned 50 years old, and sometimes I feel like a child, like I notice things for the first time. Um, being clean after being on drugs all of my life since I was 14 years old was the first time I went into a rehab. And thank you, Janice. Um, I'll let Tammy know, my wife. I'll let her know you said that. So, I think I mentioned my autobiography. I had gotten contacted a while back by a published author by the name of Robin P. Curry. She's an amazing writer, and she's also, I think, a medium. A medium. So she contacted me a few years ago, and she was interested in my music and my story. So I told her about my life, and we started talking more, and she asked me if she could write about it. Now, I looked into her books. Her books are amazing. Her name's Robin P. Curry. Her first book is called Pray Without Ceasing, and her second book is called The Leopard Can't Change Its Spots. Some of it is spiritual, some of it's religious. In my book, she helped me out. She did a lot of like biblical quotes that had to do with what she thought kind of related to my story or certain events in my life. So I would tell her stories of things that I had gone through, places I had been, hospitals, detoxes, psych centers. I mean, just everywhere I'd been, and she started writing about everything and putting our stories together. And came out with a book that we had published in May. And she was kind enough, and this was absolutely amazing because she did so much work on the book for me. She put the book in my name. We're taking the money from the book. My wife, as I mentioned before, is an accountant. We're putting the money for the book into an account that's exactly for opening a shelter. So we're going to see if we can help some people like people helped me when I was out there for 25 years or so that I was homeless. So I had been on drugs. I drank a lot, but I wasn't really into alcohol unless I didn't have anything else. I was that kind of addict. I had to have something. But my drug of choice was heroin. I got into crack really bad when I hit Providence, Rhode Island. Was staying in the shelters on and off, but mostly sleeping in, or staying, not really sleeping, staying in an abandoned car in a field. And I had eventually overdosed in that car as well. And again, Narcan was administered. So thank God for the Providence EMTs and the Providence Rescue. You guys are awesome. You can get clean, guys. It doesn't matter how long you've been an addict, or if you just started. If you just started, get off it now. Seek help. Reach out. Tell somebody you have a problem. Addiction is a progressive disease. It just gets worse, and it only gets worse. And it really doesn't matter what side of the street you come from. The consequences are all the same. You end up in jail or some kind of detox, or ultimately dead. I'm an IV drug user, so I've overdosed a lot, and I've seen a lot of death. And drugs really do get you just those places. And unless you get clean and fight every day, it just gets worse until eventually, you're dead or in jail. Just put it down. Just stop and reach out and get help. So I think I'm gonna get ready for my lovely wife to come home. We've been married about a month now, almost. Got married on the 25th of July, which is my oldest daughter's birthday. She turned 30. And as long as I stay clean, I think I'll see her again. And my grandbabies too. As long as I stay clean. Because drugs took that away too. So my depression and my suicidal ideations, I got that under control too. I just take my meds every day, My wife has some issues with depression and some severe anxiety, so she takes meds too. We take them every day in the morning before she goes to work, and on the weekends we still get up and we still take them together. We hold each other and ourselves accountable. I don't want to go backwards. Backwards is death. And my life's gotten amazing. I actually see myself smile, and I've never done that. There's life after drugs. There's life after 25 years of being homeless. It takes a lot of work. I mean, I can't give up just because I get stressed out. I can't go use. You remember when I fell? It was rough. It was really rough. It was a bad time. Um, and I tend to take people down with me when I'm out there. I'm a completely different person. Um, so thanks for sticking by me and thanks for the support. Like I was saying, it's a one day at a time thing. Of course, I have to make plans and I have things that I to look forward to, but I can't get overwhelmed by it. I have to put myself in the moment and handle things in the now. All right, Janice, you take care of yourself. I'm really well, by the way, and thank you. Thank all you guys. Check out my book, y'all. It's called The Bottom: The Gift of Desperation. Um, with the money, we're trying to set up a shelter for women and children. My wife's got the brains. I just came up with the idea. We also get out there. Bye, Janice. We also get out there and help people in the parks. People that got nowhere to go. Sometimes you give them a few bucks, sometimes some water or whatever. But we help them like I was helped. So thank God for another day alive. And check me out on Facebook. My page is called The Bottom. You can find it there. And it's got a lot of music. It's got a lot of my stories on there. It's got tons of pictures. It's got posts from other people. It's just a support page, guys. It's just a support page. Feel free to post and just check it out. I hope it helps you. And the book is called The Bottom: The Gift of Desperation. So hopefully I'll see you all soon. Be blessed. And if you're sober, stay sober. If you're struggling, reach out, guys. The bottom keeps falling. If you stay out there, it keeps falling until you end up in the ground. Remember, you can get clean. Reach out, get help. Just reach out. I love you guys. Be well. Peace.